Greetings. This topic of English Medical is about spread of artemisinin resistant in Plasmodium falciparum malaria. The artemisinin resistant in Plasmodium falciparum has emerged in Southeast Asia and now poses a threat to the control and elimination of malaria. Mapping the geographic extent of resistance is essential for planning containment and elimination strategies. The Tracking Resistance to Artemisinin collaboration was created in 2011 to provide evidence and tools to halt or slow the spread of artemisinin resistance. The principal objective of our clinical research was to map the current extent and severity of artemisinin resistance.
When a female Anopheles mosquito penetrates human skin to obtain a blood meal, it injects saliva mixed with an anticoagulant. If the mosquito is infected with Plasmodium, it will also inject elongated sporozoites, motile, spindle-shaped asexual cells, into the bloodstream of its victim. The sporozoites travel to the liver, where they enter liver cells and rapidly divide to produce a schizont which contains several nuclei. The schizont then divides and produces mononucleated merozoites. The erythrocyte ruptures and releases toxins throughout the body of the host, bringing about the well-known cycle of fever and chills that is characteristic of malaria. Plasmodium enters a sexual phase when some merozoites in the erythrocytes develop into gametocytes, male and female gametes. The resultant diploid zygotes develop within the mosquito's intestinal walls and ultimately differentiate into oocysts. Within the oocysts, repeated mitotic divisions take place, producing large numbers of sporozoites. These sporozoites migrate to the salivary glands of the mosquito, and from there are injected by the mosquito into the bloodstream of a human, thus starting the life cycle of the parasite again.
Well, this is a cycle of this falciparum, Plasmodium falciparum. They clear parasitemia more rapidly than all other currently available anti-malaria agents. In the 90s, resistance to available anti-malaria drugs such as chloroquine and sulfaloxine pyrimethamine worsened across areas of the world where malaria is endemic. As a direct consequence, morbidity and mortality associated with malaria increased, especially among African children, who account for most deaths from malaria.
The parasite Plasmodium falciparum is responsible for most of the world's malaria cases. It has evolved in concert with its human and mosquito hosts and displays a complex life cycle that alternates between the two. An infected female mosquito transfers the parasite to a human when she takes a blood meal. The parasite, in the form of sporozoites, is injected with her saliva, which contains an anticoagulant that promotes a steady blood flow. The circulatory system delivers the sporozoites to their target, the liver. Cycle of Plasmodium falciparum. Gametocytes become large oval structures within red blood cells. The gametocytes do not harm the human host, but when a mosquito takes the gametocytes into its gut during a blood meal, these cells initiate the next stage of the Plasmodium life cycle. In the mosquito's gut, the gametocytes escape from the red blood cells and develop into male and female sex cells called gametes. A male and a female gamete fuse to produce the first cell of the next generation, the zygote, ookinete, and migrates to the wall of the mosquito's gut, where it develops into an oocyst. Inside the oocyst, cell division occurs to produce many new cells, again in the form of sporozoites. The oocyst ruptures and releases the sporozoites, which migrate to the salivary glands. From the salivary glands, the sporozoites can infect the next human host and repeat the Plasmodium life cycle.
Well, the artemisinin-based combination therapies were introduced in the mid-90s when there was an imminent prospect of untreatable malaria in Southeast Asia, where resistance to all available anti-malarial drugs had developed. In 2005, the World Health Organization recommended that artemisinin-based combination therapies be used as first-line treatments for falciparum malaria in all countries where malaria was endemic.